One last thing I should mention is one of the things I've grown to like to do is to look up some commentary from Thomas Aquinas, doctor of the Roman Catholic Church. And one of the reasons why is because in a lot of exegetical ways he does go against modern Roman Catholic apologetics. So I looked up Thomas Aquinas on Galatians chapter 3, and he was noticing the conflict between James and Paul. And what he was saying is this, but against this it is said, James 2:21, was not Abraham our father justified by works? I answered that to be justified can be taken in two senses, either as referring to the execution and manifestation of justice, and this way a man is justified, i.e. proved just by the works performed, in other words, vindicate, exactly what we were saying, or is referred to the infused habit of justice, and in one way is not justified by works, since the habit of justice by which a man is justified before God is not acquired but infused by the grace of faith. Therefore, the apostle says significantly, with God, because the justice which is before God is interior in the heart, whereas the justice which is by works, i.e., which manifests that one is just, is before men. And it is in this sense that the apostle says, with God, for not the hearers of the law, but the doers are just before God. For if Abraham were justified by works, he hath whereof to glory, but not before God. Thus, therefore, the conclusion of his reasoning is obvious, namely that the law cannot justify. So what's going on here? I'm not saying that Aquinas had the exact understanding of justification that the later reformers had. I'm pretty sure he had something more akin to modern Roman Catholicism. But at the same time, I think it's very interesting here that he can understand that James and Paul are talking in two different contexts, and that the word justify is being used in two senses. Just backing up our point that in James it's before men, it's a different context, and that it's to be justified is in that vindication sense, where in Paul it's in a different sense before God. So, how close was Aquinas to the Reformed understanding? I don't know. But in this point, I think it's a good backup that we're on the right track in how we're understanding the text, that even older Roman Catholic sources can understand this, especially one as significant as Aquinas. So I wanted to add that there for a little addendum. Okay, God bless. Have a good day, whatever you're doing.